we're live. What is up? What is going on? Yes, a little administration as usual, right? So today, yes, today we're going to do a couple things. So we are making a blockchain from scratch, and we are at the part we have our own currency coded in, and we are going to add block rewards, validator rewards, although we don't have any consensus algorithm. We are going to do that very soon, but still. We're also going to write some tests for the account state we implemented yesterday. And yeah, all that good stuff. And we're also going to maybe do a little bit of shit talking, as usual. Right, Maxime Morais. Sup, my man? Hello. Interstellar. Once again. Revolution has just begun. It is. The revolution has just begun. Like I mentioned before, and I will say it again, we are not here to take part, right? We are here to take over. That's what we're going to do. That's all being predetermined. All right, so. Yes, I can feel it already. So, the first thing what I'm going to do is actually make, what is this? State test. We are in trouble. We are already in trouble, but that's no problem because we delete this and then it's all good. Ah, yeah. No, we're gonna actually make a new file and we're gonna call this account state. The mic. Account state test. No. Account state.go. And then we're gonna open up state here and copy everything from the account state to that file, because the separation of concerns, you know, it's package core. Yes. All right, that's good. This state, I'm not even sure why we're using this, to be honest. Do we use this? No, we don't. Anyway. Yes. Account state test. That's what we're gonna do. Account state test. Go. Package. Good to be here. Akan, welcome, man. Welcome. Welcome. One of the true loyal members of the value of the army of the high value engineers. It already hurts thinking. Core. Right. So we're gonna say func test account state. I don't know how I'm gonna name this test. Func account state success, transfer success. No, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna open up account state on the other side. Account state. So we're gonna test first if some little pieces work, and then we're gonna check if the transfer function works, if the logic works, because I mean, it's sending currency, right? It needs to be tested, and we're gonna test this in a unit test, in a unit style way. Style, whatever. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna say that the state is going to be a new account state. We're gonna say, can we register or something? What do we have here? Create account. address. Okay, all good. So we're going to say key is going to be crypto generate private key like this. Then we're going to say that the address, actually, we don't care about the key, right? We're going to say address is going to be public key address. Look at this. What an API. State create account for this address. All right. And actually, what I want, what I want is oh, it already is. That's amazing. I would just say, let's make create account, return an account. But it already does. Isn't that insane? So we're going to say the account is this one. Then we're going to say, we're going to assert equal t, that the account address is going to be the address, of course, right? That's first what we're going to do, right? Let's test this. All good. Also, let's make sure that the balance is 0. And also, basically, we're going to assert equal t state get account for that address should be that account. And that's an error. Damn. That will be return an error and an account, I guess. Is it? Yes. So we're going to say fetched account error is this. Then we're going to assert nil on the error like this. It's maybe a good thing that we do this test, because very important. Very important. So you see how these things actually need to be done, right? We're going to fetch the account, we're going to assert nil on the error, and then we're going to say that the fetched account should be the account, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. So basically the problem is, it's already gone, but the problem is that we give a 0, and it's actually a uint 64, I guess. Yes, and for some reason, we need to cast this. Man, I'm just eating these Oreos, you know? You know Oreos? It's amazing. Those little round cookies with the white cream inside. It's, whew, man, delicious, not gonna lie. Okay, so there's basically a simple test of our account state that everything is okay. And then we're gonna say another test. Test account transfer, actually, maybe. Transfer success, right? No. First of all, we're gonna say account. Can we add balance? State. We can't. Actually, we shouldn't, to be honest. It's all good. I changed my mind. T. Testing. T. Test transfer success. So what we're going to do is copy these things. Paste it in. Microphone. I don't know. I have an authentic. I'm so authentic. Autistic. This mic needs to be pinpoint precise. It's every day I have the same issue. I don't know what it is. It doesn't even matter. I can put the mic in the toilet and you can even hear me. So it doesn't even matter, but still. Account, right? So actually, Bob, Alice, Bob account, or maybe account Bob, I don't know. It's going to be, actually make it better, Bob address, no? Address Bob, and address Alice. Address Bob. And we're gonna wait, test transfer success, empty account, empty to account. Look, this is high level testing. This will get you hired. So the first thing we're gonna do is, what's going on here? I'm confused. We're gonna comment this out. So we have an account Bob. We're gonna say account Bob. Transfer. We can't. It's state. Transfer. What's transfer? From to amount. Makes sense. Amount is going to be UN64 because otherwise we will run into issues. Yeah, we will have, no, we don't. I think we can do this. Let's send 100 rupus. I don't know. How does our coin, GG coins? I don't know. I have no clue. Give me a suggestion. So we're going to transfer to from account Bob, and we're going to transfer to Alice address. Wait, account Bob. That's not going to work. It's what we also could do is, no, it's good. It's fine. We're going to transfer to address Alice. So the thing is, address has no account, but it doesn't matter. That should not matter. And that's what we want to test. Although Bob needs an account, but Alice doesn't. HVT. That's a good one, actually. Man, that's a good one. HVT, high value. HVT. What do you mean by HVT? I thought it's high value, but the T, I don't know what it is. It's 1210. Ice Bear, man, don't let us down, man. Please, come on. You can stay up for 1 hour, right? Come on. Hey, just rewind the clock. You know, it's all in your brain, man. It's all in your brain. No, man. If you need to sleep, you need at least 7 hours of sleep for a perfect testosterone level. You know, as a male, right? 7 hours of sleep to keep your testosterone levels at good point, at a good level. What is going on here? Address Alice. Amount is this. There should be an error, eh? We're gonna say assert null t state, and we are on point. Today, I'm not gonna lie, my fingers are feeling like fire. Literally coding faster than your whole tech team together. I'm not gonna lie. You see, this is the int 60 UN64 shenanigans. I thought it would be, and I doubted myself. We're gonna comment this out because we don't need it. This is gonna fail. So this test is gonna fail, right? And if it doesn't fail, yes. So account not found. That's not the error I want to see, to be honest. What the hell's going on? There should be insufficient balance. Although account not found is not bad, but still. Of course, we need this account. And man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, right? Boom. Insufficient account balance. That's what I want to see. Yeah. So what we also could do actually to make this even better, and today is all about making things pinpoint perfect. Icebear, Interstellar has always your back. It is. This guy literally is a true legend. I mean, I'm on the internet for a very long time. And I met some interesting people, but this guy, man, is a legend. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. He's a real legend. Smart fella. A good future ahead of this boy. He's 23. So, boy? Maybe a man. I don't know. He's smart, I know, but if he's a man, he needs to prove that. And don't understand me wrong. He does not need to prove that in that kind of way, right? Account not found. I want to test if this, we're going to say, I want to assert, can I do equal? Or R? Look at this. Look at this, error contains. Wow, there's a new world going open for me. Error contains. I could say R account, no, R insufficient. Boom. What is this contains thing? It's a string, yeah, no. What we're gonna do is we're gonna say assert equal. We can't. Because it's fine. It's fine. Icebear, I'm 25. Oh, guys, you guys so young, man. What the hell? Young bucks. Man, I feel old, I'm gonna lie. Although I look legit like a Greek god. I'm not gonna lie. Except my hair. But I can show you pictures, my friend. You will say, what the hell is this? And that's because I go to the gym every single day of the week. And you should too. And you should do the same. Mrs. Booty, greetings. Greetings from your co-founder. So basically, now I'm confused. Now I'm a little bit shy. I'm a little bit shy because Mrs. Booty is in the chat, or at least watching this live stream. And if you don't know who Mrs. Booty is, she's my co-founder of the company. Pretty girl, very smart. Anyway, let's test this thing real quick, right? Okay, insufficient balance, that's good. So we need to give Bob balance in some way. How are we gonna do this? I look 34, go to the gym, man. Icebear, no excuses. If you're 25 and look 34, you need to go to the gym and take 7 hours of sleep. Akam did a good amount of solidity today. Your fingers are on fire. Yes, it is. They are on fire, not gonna lie. Solidity, I have some good news. I'm making the decentralized, like the full stack, the Web3 full stack in Solidity, creating a decentralized exchange completely from scratch. And I know this sentence makes no sense, but basically, I'm gonna release some videos where we create a decentralized exchange in Solidity and we make the front end with Next.js and React and Tailwind and MetaMask and all these shenanigans, right? So good news for you. Now I'm completely confused. Wait, so we transfer, that's good. We need to give Bob balance. And we can actually do this by do a little cheating. What the hell did I do here? What's going on? This is account Bob, right? This was on account Bob. Balance. Can we do this? Man, I'm... Yeah, okay, sorry. I was... Account Bob. Balance. equals, let's give him 100, the exact same. So then we're going to send this and that should work. Yes, cool. Man. Oh, sorry, I meant you look 35. Well, I'm exactly 35 and I turned 36 in November. I will send you my address so you can send a present. Isn't it? 36, man. Time flies. And I didn't have fun. All right, so success empty account, it's working, right? Because now we're going to test if Alice states, wait, where is Alice? Alice address. This is Bob, so this should be Alice, right? Alice. Alice. Like this, right? And then we say that the account Alice balance should be the amount. Yes, another victory. Yeah, happy birthday in advance. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yeah, very good. Well, to be honest, to empty account, so this is a transfer success. Let's make a transfer fail, okay? And you could do this in the same function, right? You could make a test transfer and both assert a transfer that succeeds and a transfer that fails. But the problem is that if your test is failing, you don't know what is failing. Well, you know if you look good, but if you name your test, then you will see it directly what's going on, and you need to fix one certain thing in one test, right? Separation of concerns. Test transfer success empty to account. Oof. So we're going to say test transfer. Oh, fail. We could say maybe insufficient balance, something like this. Is this? Yes. All right. Man, these Oreos are still in my throat, man. What's going on? Yes, fail. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him 99, right? And then we're going to say, what is this? He's going to transfer 100, but he can't, right? Because he has 99 problems. So we need to say not null, right? And then we need to say that the balance of Alice still needs to be 0, and that needs to be a uwin64 0, right? Let's see. All right, cool. So I think that should be it for this testing, or not. Maybe you guys can come up with something else. I don't know. It's all good. I thought I was getting robbed, man. Can you imagine getting robbed live on stream? Poor guy. Okay, I think we're good. So let's run the whole suite. Why not? Make test. It's all good. So now what we're gonna do is basically code in the block rewards. And although we need to do this when we are working on our proof of stake, we're still gonna do it right now. it is what it is. So I'm going to say, close all editors, open up main. Or maybe we should first test. No, it's fine. So block, I think it's a server network, like this. And let me quickly see, create new block. I think that's the function. Create new, yes, here and then here, and we're all good. Now let me quickly see the stream. Yes, it's good, it's fine. Because sometimes YouTube, like I mentioned before, it's not the first time that I thought I was streaming, but I wasn't. So I was thinking, why there are no viewers? What the hell is going on? Nobody want to watch me, but I was not streaming. And I spent 1.5 hours talking bullshit to myself. And the funny part is that I realized it after 1.5 hours, and I resetted my code, went live, and did it all over again. Hey, that's commitment, isn't it? All right, so what we're going to do is basically, we need to find a way to reward this validator. So the way we do this is, let's open up main. We are creating one local node, which is the validator, and he has a private key and all that good stuff. And then we have two remote nodes booting up at the same time, and one late node to test the syncing, right? That's what we do. So I need access to our state. Or we could do something else. We could go in blockchain, and then we can go somewhere in man, what a poof. Should we make a transaction? I'm thinking, should we make a transaction for these rewards from the Coinbase? And for the people that don't know what Coinbase is, it's not the exchange. It's the base of all coins. That's why Coinbase call themselves Coinbase, right? It's the best name you can ever have in crypto as a company is Coinbase, because you need to realize that all tokens are minted, or not minted, they are created from thin air, right? It doesn't exist, right? Bitcoin does not exist. It's, well, it exists, but we agree that it exists, right? We people, we agree that these things exist. And the Coinbase is basically where all coins are getting started. It's the base. In Bitcoin, it's basically the first input from the UTXO. Correct me if I'm wrong. And in our case, it's we just mint the whole shebang in the Coinbase, and then the Coinbase will transfer to the rewards, to the block validators, and then the validators need to distribute to whatever, buy a pizza or something. The central bank is created from thin air too. Exactly, that it's true. Yeah, and if I tell this to my parents, they think I cannot talk to my parents. That's a problem. It's sad, but I can't. They only want to talk about, you know, about soaps and series, right? And about the gas prices. And oh, life is so expensive. And we just have our grass. We just have a new tree. Look at it, how beautiful. Yeah. I cannot talk with such... They're just normal people, right? That's the problem. You cannot talk with normal people about these concepts about money is not real. People will say, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Stop smoking. Okay, we need to go back to business, and we need to make sure that we have a reward. And I'm thinking, I'm going to send it actually as a transaction, because that is better. but it's not gonna work because our transactions are getting verified and the Coinbase has no private key. So that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work for some reason. I should have done my research, I'm gonna lie. I should have done my research. And now I'm thinking loud, right? I'm thinking out loud, just like Ed Sheeran. What we gonna do? One of the best solutions would be by just go into blockchain here, and then we say, man, we wrote a lot of code, I'm not gonna lie, already. It's crazy. Where is add block? Maybe here, or here. So we validate it, and now we could say like if BC, do we have a private key? We don't. Block if B how can we know that? This is what we could do. I was thinking, how can we know that this block is coming from a validator without adding another bool into this thing? Oh, I'm sorry. So what I think what we should do is actually do it with transactions. Send the transaction from the Coinbase to the validator. Yeah, why not? Why not? And then we could say, because well, that's so bad, because then people can just scam us. Damn, I should have. So basically, if we say, because the Coinbase has the Coinbase address is basically a zero address, a zero private key, so we cannot sign. So it basically means that the only way we can do that is in the Genesis block, because the Genesis block is not getting validated, but all the other blocks will get validated. So if we send a transaction, man, if we send a transaction from a zero private key, a zero address, then it cannot be signed. So it will not be verified. And then we could say, yeah, but if it's coming from the Coinbase, blah, 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 then we say it's good. But the problem is that people can make transactions with that empty, with that empty private key. And we make head news, the headlines. I'm gonna think about this. In the meanwhile, what we can do is make it a little bit interesting. We're gonna make tests, but we're gonna make some kind of an integration test, right? We're gonna say, in the meanwhile, we're gonna think, right? In the meanwhile, we're gonna think about this in our second processor. Blockchain test. We're gonna do it here. We're gonna do it here, and we're gonna do it at top, so we have enough place. We're gonna say func test send transaction, send native transfer, right? We're gonna say t testing t. We're gonna copy some things. We're gonna say blockchain with Genesis. That's good. It's very important we have the Genesis, because otherwise we don't have 10 million coins. because the 10 million coins are getting created with one transaction in the Genesis block, as it should be. Oh man, BC, how are we gonna... Ice Bear, is Python enough for get a job? Of course, man. Hey, of course. You start with Python, you get a job. And yeah, then you can do whatever you want, right? You can learn Golang or something else, JavaScript maybe, I don't know, whatever you prefer. But Python is enough. Although, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't want to demotivate you or something. But I think if you want to get a job as soon as possible, you should learn JavaScript. Because it is what it is. Because JavaScript is used, of course, in every front-end application, right? React, Vue, Angular. But it's also being used in the backend. Node.js, Next.js, and all these stuff. It's all... So you can basically do a full stack, right? You can both write the front end and the back end. And there's always... So it basically means there are more open positions, right? People are highly gonna hire you more than if you're Python. Although... Listen, if you learn Python, JavaScript is gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy. Once you have the concepts of programming, once you can solve solutions, solve problems, solving solutions, that's, I don't know. Once you can solve problems, because that's what it is, if you can solve problems and you know how programming languages work, right? You know how loops work and while, for, lists, arrays, strings, integers. It's in every language the same, right? It's the same shenanigans. We need to have this account state, right? Because we're gonna inject Bob. So we're gonna say, let me copy account state test. Boom. Let's open up Bob. Alice. The boys and the girls. We need a private key. Man, this is going to be a complex test, not gonna lie, but you will learn a lot. So you're going to say Bob. No, we're going to say priv key. Priv key of Bob is going to be this thing. But without, yeah. Novan. Hello, I'm Novan from Indonesia. Hello, I'm Anthony from Belgica. From Belgium. Yes, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. We are coding a blockchain in Golang. And we have our own native currency. And now we are testing. It's a semi-unit test, integration test. If it's working. Well, it's working, but we need to test it a little bit deeper, right? So we're going to make a transaction and put it on the blockchain and see what's going on. See if it's test the validations. We're going to test if we can actually hack our own chain. That's a good idea. That's important. Yes, that's what we're going to do. So the private key of Bob, the private key of Bob is this guy. We're going to make a new transaction. It's going to be new transaction like this. We don't need data. We're going to say tx from is basically the priv key Bob public key. We're going to say to, we need Alice. Is priv key Alice public key. Then we're gonna have a value. We're gonna say amount is going to be 100. Tx value amount tx nonce. But the nonce has already been taken care of. The nonce is already been taken care of because in new transaction we construct. You see, nonce is already been taken care of, right? Fast as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. There should be a uint 64 like this. Can be gone. Okay. First of all, we're gonna hack the account state because we're gonna inject some balance because otherwise it won't happen. Test send native transfer success, right? We're gonna say success so we can also make a fail, right? Account state. Create account, and that's gonna be pref key Bob, this one. And that should be the account Bob, like this. And then we say account Bob balance because it's a pointer, right? It's a pointer. Account balance equals, let's say amount. We're gonna make a new transaction, yeah, and then we going to sign this transaction with the private key of Bob, right? Then we're gonna say blockchain add block. Oh, we need to make a block also. Let's yoink some code. Here. Random block. Joe Biden. High value engineering it is. And literally this guy's nickname is, oh man, it makes me so happy. Joe Biden. It's insane. Holy crap. How can you come up with something like that? How is this not even taken? It's insane. Holy crap. You need to sell this, man. Sell this nickname. You can make a lot of money. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a block. Random block. So what is this? Uint y plus, I think this is the index, and then get pref block hash. Why? Because we need to attach the block hash of the Genesis block. That's a blockchain, right? You link the hashes together. And there is Icebear, his emoticon. I'm gonna need to configure Icebot because he's just, I think he's just deleting everybody that's sending emoticons. Insane, this Icebear, man. What is this? I need to check what is this? Get the pref block hash. I see. So I think it's 1. Right? We have Genesis is 0. This is 1. We have the block. All good. Do we need to sign this thing? No, we don't. I think we do. Damn. Oh man. Signer equals. Let's fix this real quick. Crypto. Private key. It's already been done. Look at this. Block. Sign. No. Block sign with the signer. Signer. It's already done. That's how long it takes if you write good APIs. So we're gonna say, let's return an error. Assert nil t. Boom. And probably this test is gonna fail. Account time to go and spam the meme page. Yeah. Philip Sommer, could this be done with Flask? Sure, of course. It can be done in every language. Although you need to be very aware that you need to deal with a lot of concurrency. And yeah, that's why I'm using Go. Because it's easy to deal with concurrency, right? It's easy to communicate between different Go routines. And it makes your life much easier. But I think if you are a Python specialist, I don't know what Python has also good things, right? But not quite sure. I would recommend to level a bit up and learn Go or Rust or something. And write these complex systems in these languages. Although I won't recommend Rust, but that's more of a preference. That doesn't even make sense what I'm telling you. More of a preference, personal preference. Oh my God, that's what it is. All right, so we're making this test. It's probably not gonna work, and if this works from the first time, then I'm the undisputed. Literally, this weekend, Charles Oliveira. Who's gonna win? I don't know. But Philippe, it could be in any. You could make it in any language you want, right? It's not like I said. If you know the concepts and if you understand these very well, that's actually the most important thing, right? Then it's just picking your programming language, and especially for learning, Python is fine. If you want to learn these concepts, you can do it in Python. But for production environments, that's a good question. All right, so we sign this block. We have this transaction. The only thing we need to do is say block. Do I have an add? Ooh, I have an add transaction. Ooh. Takes. Is this an error? No. And then we add the block, right? And what return this? An error. And so we're going to say assert nil t. Boom, 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 boom. And then we test. Fail. Hey, not the undisputed after all. Has an invalid data hash. It looks like you're a fan of test-driven development. What I never understood about is how to correctly mock external APIs where the data structure can be very complex sometimes. First of all, Philip, I'm not a fan of test-driven development. Well, you need to write tests, that's for sure. But it's not that I'm basically creating some logic and then my test at the same time. Like TDD or so. No, I'm not creating my test at the same time and then my function. I think that's bullshit. That's legit. I don't know who invented that thing, but the first guy that do that in my company, I'm gonna fire him. I always write most of the time I basically open up a test and code my logic, and I basically use my test to debug stuff, right? To print stuff out, right? So I can see something on the screen if the things are correct. But in this case, we are working with currencies, right? We are working with currencies, blockchain, crypto. It's not that people are going to use it, but I mean, you need to test that it works, right? I mean, yeah. So that's why we're making this test. Because we were planning to do the block rewards, but I need to think a little bit more how I'm going to solve that issue, because I could make something up, but it won't be secure. But I have a lot of tests, but literally test-driven development, I don't know. Especially not TDD, where you first write your test and then your logic. That's, I don't know. Never got that point. I watched your previous Go tutorial. I need to read more on concurrency. Can you please just talk a little about concurrency? Yes. Fire the TDD guy. Listen, there are two people you need to instantly fire. Software engineers coming with a suit, get out of it. Doesn't that doesn't work like that. The same thing if you invest in crypto. So if you invest in crypto, this is a very important lesson I'm going to teach you. If you want to invest in crypto projects, right? You go to the website. You read the white paper, light paper, blue paper, red, whatever fucking paper they are making, right? Each year there is a new version of a color they are inventing. I don't know. You go to the first thing you need to do is go to the team page. And if you see a software blockchain specialist developer with a suit, you need to peace out. You're going to lose all your money. That doesn't work like that. No. That's the first tip I'm going to give you. Don't do it. Never invest, because it's not going to work. If the guy looks like Vitalik Buterin, it makes no sense. But that's a good project. That's a good project. If the guy on the page looks like your raid leader of World of Warcraft, that's the project you need to invest in. Clip that. We don't wear suits, man. We don't do that. All right. So we have an error. Invalid data hash. How I'm gonna... So what is the data? Oh yeah, concurrency. I will come back on your concurrency thing after this test is working. Okay? Then I will show you why Go is one of the best languages for handling concurrency without losing all your hair. Inside joke. Data hash. So what is the data hash? Let's open a block real quick. Data hash. Data hash is in my header, in my code, the hash of the data. No, so data hash is basically all transactions together. We hash them. That's the data hash. Why? Because nobody can tamper with the order of transactions and all that stuff, right? Because if some evil entity changes some transaction, then the data hash will be invalid in a separate way. So we don't need to validate the block to know. So the main reason for this is so we don't need to validate the whole block in order to see if these transactions are okay, if that makes sense. The bunch of transactions. So we can validate the set of transactions without need to know. Man, my English is today. My fingers are on fire, but my English is garbage today. Without needing to know the rest of the block. That's the thing. The hair joke though, yeah. And it's complaining about the data hash, but we have a new transaction. This should be a data, and it's nil. So maybe I can fix it by doing this. Some random bytes. Okay, we need to inspect this a little bit, transaction. Inspect this a little bit more. Why is this failing? Oh yeah. This null x1, 2, and 3. This, it's all good. Maybe this is gonna work. I don't know. No. So what we need to do is do calculate data hash. So we're looping all over. We fill up this buffer. I know why this. or don't. We were messing around with this transaction hash a couple days ago. Hasher, go. Oh man, this is gonna be nasty. Sometimes you can do this, eh? I'm so tempting to comment this out. Sometimes I'm such a lazy developer. If the test is not working, then you just delete code instead of your test. No. Wait, I'm trying to think. It's a long time I've been in this code. That's the problem. Blockchain test. So we actually have this. Why should it fail? Because we literally have no data inside of this, right? There was no. Or actually maybe just an empty set of bytes, right? To not have nil pointer dereferences in some way. What I'm gonna do is this real quick. Right, so we're gonna make a new block, we're gonna add this. All good, right? This is not correct. It's not a... Icebear, hey Anthony, it's 1, have to sleep, go to work in the morning. Man, thanks for watching. Icebear, thanks for being here once again. I wish you good luck with your sleep, your Python lessons, and your work today, okay? And don't wear a suit, right? Yeah, we did so many things the couple days. We made a lot of progress, but we forgot to update tests. So basically, our Genesis block, let me open up. Oh man, the server, it's getting complex at this point. So let's go to the bottom. So we have this Genesis block where we create the coin base, we create a transaction, and we are minting actually 10 million coins. We are creating 10 million coins, and we send a transaction from the base to the base. Nasty trick, but it works. So we send a transaction to ourselves. So the Coinbase has 10 million coins. That's why it's also the Coinbase, right? And then we can use that Coinbase to send rewards to validators, and then the validators will have money, and then the economy can... Well, economy, we're not going to use this blockchain in production, right? But I mean, that's how it should work. But the problem is in this test, actually we don't need the Coinbase. It's okay, problem solved already. It doesn't matter here. So this is working, okay, cool. I was thinking, okay, the Coinbase has no coins, but it doesn't matter, because we are injecting coins in the state directly to test, right? So we don't need that. So then if we bring this back in, then we have an issue. Where did we calculate this data hash again? TX encode, a new hop encoder. We fill this buffer, and then we hash the complete buffer. That's what we do. And why is this actually not working? Validator. Invalid data. Verify. Okay, cool. That I didn't. Okay, it's in verify, right? So we verify the block. So we check the signature, we check the verify the signature, we loop through all transactions, we verify all transactions, we calculate the data hash, and then we compare. How can this not be correct? I'm confused. Wait, the only way to actually know what's going on is this fmt printf like this. Then we're gonna say verbose plus v new line data hash like this. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna print the b data hash like this. We're gonna run the test again. A little bit of debugging, why not? Oh, boy. And maybe is this? I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie this time. Because we use the same function. I mean, we use the same function to set the data hash and to check it. And the verification works. So what the hell is going on? Maybe I'm using a wrong block or something. Why is this random block? At what height we need it, yeah. And then pref hash, okay. I got it. I got it. It's a nasty one, I'm not gonna lie. It's... Ah, man. I got it. So, I hope I got it, actually. Could be... So what happened is basically... so, we have this function, random block, and it's basically for testing, right? It's a testing function. It's a helper function for our tests, where we have a simple way, convenient way to create random blocks to test them if they are in order and blah blah blah. You know that stuff, right? And we're saying, yeah, okay, height pref block hash, and we generate a header and we create a new block with a transaction. Eureka, X. This is an Eureka moment, yeah. Okay. And we calculate the data hash, right? It's all good, right? We sign. Everything is in harmony, right? In harmony, synergy. But what do we? Blockchain test. I really hope this is the case because this could be so an embarrassing moment. But still. Blockchain test. Blockchain test. We do here random block, calculated data hash, and then we add a transaction, right? But add transaction does not recalculate the data hash, right? So you're gonna say why is it not? Where is this function actually? Oh, it's okay, I see. Yeah, I see. So what you're gonna do is basically, and I hope this is gonna work, is b data hash is going to be calculate data hash of the b transactions. Okay, there's an error. That's no problem. And add transaction doesn't return an error, but sometimes you need to deal with these things. So we're going to say hash r is this. We're going to say the hash is this. And then this poor little error, what are we going to do with this? We could panic, but that's really bad in production systems, so I wouldn't do this. We don't have a logger, and adding a print line is not going to help us either. So it is what it is, right? Sometimes it is what it is. And hopefully this test is going to work. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah. So block. Wait, what is our test? Because I'm pressing too much buttons at the same time. It's here. Here, please. Yes. And have we sent the transaction? Isn't that crazy? Now we need to test if the thing is the little of course. That's what we need to test. Blockchain test this side. You see, and so maybe it's a little bit boring sometimes, right? A lot of people come in and say, oh, it's testing up, and they're gone. But listen, this value is important because just like you, myself, we come across issues, right? And we need to debug this. It's normal. It's my stupid mistake, right? I should recalculate the data hash, but I didn't. And that's completely normal. Unless somebody loses a lot of money in production, right? Then it's not normal. And that's why these developers are, and all these traders on Twitter and all these gurus are hidden and anonymous, right? Because they know they are trash and that there is, in any certain time, they could make a mistake and their scam is revealed, and they're going to get beaten up. Nobody will recognize them anymore. So that's why they are undoxed, right? Only the people that are certain, only the legit people have their real face on Twitter, right? You need to realize that. I mean, real people that are trying to sell you something or whatever. If you know what I mean. Okay, so this test is working. The question is, now we need to check the state, right? So we add the transaction, we add the block. So we do all our validations, data hash calculation. So we actually, it's good that you guys see what we all did, right? It's the verification, it's the whole shebang. It's a lot of verification going on, which is good. So we're going to say account state. Get account It's going to be brief key, Alice, public key, address. It's going to be account, Alice, error, assert, nil, tr, like this. Boom. Oh no, it's BC, right? Blockchain. Account Alice, and then we can actually see assert equal t. And what are we sending? Amount, yes. And it's gonna be account Alice balance. Boom. Oh man, yo, this is insane. Incroyable. We just did it. So we tested that the whole suite is working, right? In the beginning of the stream, we tested a small piece. We tested the unit of the account state, but now we actually created what we did. We put it up the blockchain. We made a transaction. We made a block. We signed a block. We signed the transaction. We put the transaction into the block. Send it to the blockchain. The blockchain does all this verification, and we transferred money. So we are 100% sure. Well, I mean 99% sure now. Michael Short, what's up, my man? You missed a lot of things. We did some good stuff. Happy to have you here again, man. Like usual. All right, so now we need to test, and that's the last thing we're gonna do for tests. Then we're gonna do something else, because testing, man, that's, like I said, if you're coding, you need to inject yourself with dopamine from time to time, and we are not doing this. We are not injecting dopamine by writing these tests all the time. So we're gonna copy this test, right? I'm gonna paste it in here. We're gonna say send native transfer fail here, or insufficient balance, whatever. Because there are a lot of scenarios we could have, right? Insufficient balance. How do you write this thing actually? Man. Insufficient balance, yeah, whatever. We're gonna say the amount is 99, and instead of asserting nil, we're gonna say this should be 0, and this should be not nil, right? Let's test. C'est pas bon. Dat is niet goed. That's not okay. Although this needs to be, no, here, a uint 64, as usual, but still. Should be null. Yeah, man, I'm legit. No. Yeah, of course. Oh man. Am I the only one that make these stupid mistakes, or or is the rest of the world the same? Man, it doesn't. So you need to do 99, right? So we're gonna test that this transfer is failing. So we need to give him less balance than the amount he's actually gonna send, and it's so confusing. This should work. Yeah. So why is this? Yeah, assert this block. We cannot add this block, right? Because this should be not null, because there is an issue with the transaction, and then we cannot add the block. So not nil, right? In this case, it was nil, right? Add block should be perfectly fine, so the error should be nil. In this case, add block should fail, so not nil. And getting this account state should also be an error, because the account does not exist, because there is no money on it. There is no lazy creation of the account. That's exactly what the word I was looking for yesterday. So we create the accounts in a lazy way. Lazy init. Okay, okay. And then this. I think should be coming from this thing. Should it be? Okay, so we know where it's coming from. B account state, get account, private key, public key, address. Okay, assert not null tr, and then we say account else balance. Yeah, of course. This is the error, right? So we do assert nil, we do account else balance, but basically what it means is that we cannot do this test, right? Because it's a pointer and it's nil, so it's going to be a null pointer dereference. So the only thing we need to check if this is failing. That should be good. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Right, cool. This test is also working. So what could we also try to try to hack? Try to send coins that are not ours or something, right? To see if it's working. Very important aspect, very important. We could, for example, how can we fix this? How can we... So we test that the coins that he cannot send for a higher amount than he has on his balance, which makes sense. What we can do, I have an idea. I'm gonna copy once again. Then we're gonna say send native transfer tamper. Tamper is good. So what I'm gonna try to do is we're gonna wait. Let me think for a minute. Okay, so let's say Bob is sending. Bob has balance enough, right? So actually, I'm gonna delete this. Wait, delete the code inside. I'm gonna copy the code from the successful transfer right here. So I'm gonna copy this real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Like this. And then I'm gonna say, so this is gonna work, right? So all good. Bob is sending money to Alice. And what I'm gonna do is after we sign this transaction, right? I'm gonna tamper with the address. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna generate hacker priv key. So it's the private key of the hacker. I'm gonna generate one like this, and I'm gonna say tx2, which is basically the address we're gonna send to. So I'm gonna tamper that after it's being signed. Of course, if you do that before it's being signed, yeah, that's your own fault, right? You need to check what you're sending. That's very important. You can listen. There's a very good tip I'm going to give you to every people. You can never ever be scammed by clicking on a link. Never. 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 It's going to never happen. You can click every Discord link in your life from anybody. I wouldn't recommend to do that. But you cannot be scammed. Nobody can steal your coins. If you click on any link, it just won't happen. The only way you're getting scammed is by giving away your private key or your secret seed phrase, which you can never do. Nobody. Legit nobody. Or you're using MetaMask, right? And I'm going to tell you, let us be honest here. You don't read what you're signing. I know it. I know it. And you know it. You should always double check your transactions. That's the way how you get scammed, right? That's the way you get scammed. Some people send you to a site that looks like it's legit. It connects your MetaMask, right? And you're going to do exactly what you're intended to do, but you're on the wrong side. But it looks the same. And you sign your transaction just with MetaMask, but it's a different transaction. It's completely different. And you lose all your money. You know what I mean? That's the only two ways you can get that you're getting scammed. You give your private key, or you don't read your transaction on MetaMask. That's the only two ways. You can never be scammed by clicking a link. Never. Who is the other guy watching with me? Michael Short, probably. Why? Ali programmer. I think, let me check. Concurrent viewers too. Yeah, it's normal. Most of the time I have 2 to 5 viewers. Michael Short, he's the legit. Right. Man, you need to Ali, listen, you need to grind, man. I need to hustle. I need to hustle and grind. And even if there were no people, I would do the same performance. Trust me. I trust the process. I trust the process. Am I a blockchain dev? Yes. All right. I play a game and hear you, lol. Nice. You listen to my voice. I literally can't stand my own voice, but if you like to listen to me, whatever. It's all good. It's fine. Yeah, so what I'm going to say, hacker private key 2, and we're going to say hacker private key, and we're going to say address. Why can't I do this? Because I can't type address like this. And then we're going to add the transaction after this shenanigans to a block, right? Let's see what happens. Account not found. That's good. We have a null pointer dereference for some reason. Joe Biden, even not many viewers, you still bring value compared to people with many viewers and hardly any value. Yeah, I know, but it is what it is, man. People, I mean, this is, we need to understand that watching this, I mean, it's low-level code. A lot of people have no clue what is going on. So what the hell are they doing here, right? Nothing. It's only the people that literally want to learn something, not being lied to, production stuff. It's just a handful of people, right? And I understand that. I understand. If I was playing, I don't know, if I was creating some Netflix clone in React or something, I maybe had 500 viewers, you know? But, I mean, everybody's creating Netflix clones in React. So why should I learn people this? I mean, listen, I'm legit the only guy, and please, find me someone that does the same thing. I'm good. Ali, check my channel, check what I'm making, and find me another one doing exactly the same thing live on stream. Legit. Nobody. I'm the only one on YouTube, the only one in the whole world that doing this. And not these tutorials from create a blockchain in Python, right? These stupid blockchains that have 100 lines. Look at my project, File Explorer. It's legit. If I open all the folders, it's... I like low-level code, but I still listen for the insights into development practice. Solid advice. Yeah, okay. The poker project will be a big hitter. Man, I was thinking about this poker project, to be honest, and I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. A matter of fact, I'm changing plans. But trust me, it's super hard, and I don't think people. It's even so hard that a lot of people won't understand. I mean, I don't even understand because dealing cards and shuffling cards and everything. It's all good, right? And adding a player to a lobby, it's all easy. But the real problem resides in the fact, where are you going to store the shuffled cards, right? Nowhere, because even though you can make private values on Solidity, your values are not private, right? Everybody can see the whole shebang in the blockchain. So don't ever store secret information in your private variables, even in Solidity, because I'm coming for you. Everybody can see it. So you need to do some cryptographical protocol where everybody signs, everybody encrypts a piece, and then at the end, everybody needs to bring the puzzle together and verify if the cards are legit, that nobody is untrusty, and it's a complete stuff, and I don't think it's going to be fun to code, to be honest. So I know, man. Only one that shows a full project with workflow and bug. Yeah, like I mentioned, I'm showing literally everything. And sometimes it can be boring, but I mean, it's the same thing you're coming across in your projects. The exact same thing. So we have an error. Let me do it again. Account not found. That's normal. This null pointer. Oh wait, I know what's going on. It's this one again. It's this one. This. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. Okay. Panic is gone. So account cannot be found. Yes, because this should be not null, right? Because we are tampering with the private key. We are tampering with the to address, so it cannot never be Alice, right? It can never be Alice, but it also can never be the hacker, right? This is passing. This is actually bad. So everybody needs to fire me. I know what's going on. We forgot to do that. It's good that we test this, to be honest. It's very good that we do this. Let me quickly do this. FMT. Print F. What are we gonna print? %fee. New line. The BC account state. It's not verbose. Okay, okay. Now we do it like this. Look at this. If this was in production, of course, that's why you need to test, right? If this was in production, we were dead. So I think it's the hacker's address, right? Let me print that out. Real quick. Hacker priv key, public key. Address like this. $55. You see? Hey, nice. Look at this. I didn't know that. If you highlight something, it highlights it everywhere. What the hell? So actually, it's kind of okay, right? Because he has no balance. But why don't we get any error? That's the question. That's weird. So we sign, right? So we sign this transaction. So the 2 is Alice, right? 2 Alice. Amount is 100. We add the block. This is already, this should already fail actually. Should fail. No. We are legit garbage. Block a transaction, assert null. Wait, because I'm confused. Okay, so the problem is that we, I thought so. Although this should fail. And who is this then? This is the address of the hacker. Well, hacker. It's zeroed, so that's good, right? So we didn't send the coins, because if this was, let's say we don't do this, right? We don't do this. Then Alice should have the money, right? Man, why is this? Let's do it like this. I'm gonna print out the public key the address. I always want to test with make test, but I can run test here very easy. Man, I'm so confused. Wait, let's revert this real back. So assert, this should be nil in case we don't tamper with the address, and then we can say the account balance here. Account Alice. Then say this equal the account Alice balance should be amount, right? That should work. Okay, cool, nice. Once we change the to address, after signing, we add the transaction, we add the block. The first thing we're gonna have is a nil pointer dereference, like here, this panic, right? That's because we're checking the balance from something that does not exist, right? That means that the account state get account, the public key from Alice, the address from Alice won't work. So we should say not nil, like this. And then it passes, right? That's good. But let's check the account state of the hacker priv key address. And that should be wait. This should be this. That should also be not nil. That should give an error. And that's the problem. So it's in there. So can we check the balance of this guy? I think the problem we have is that we added this currency yesterday. So we added a couple more fields. But I think we hashed the whole shebang yesterday. Hasher. Yeah, the whole shebang, right? We need to debug this. That's something. First of all, I'm gonna double check. This is the account of the guy. Very important because this is a very crucial thing. This should not happen, right? Unless I miss something. But this is very important that we get it right because, I mean, if you make something like this, the most important thing you need to make sure that it's kind of secure, right? Hey Anthony, if you are self-taught but not in web development, what did you learn first? I'm interested to know as a self-taught developer too. What do you mean? If you are self-taught but not in web development? You mean as a developer? But not web development. Is that what you mean? Or maybe self-taught, but not in development, something else, like marketing or is that what you mean? I went to school to my 18, although some articles didn't say that it's true, but it is. Because I'm going to tell you why. You can verify that. You can verify anything on the internet, right? I went to school till my 18. Electromechanics. That's what I did. Electromechanics. And but I programmed for my 16 already. PHP. I was a Counter-Strike player, very good one. 1.5 was my peak. Yeah, man. And it was very popular back in the day. And there were a lot of clan fightings. But now there are a lot of tools. Right now you have basically Steam and everything. But back in the day, if you want to play with each other, especially wars, there was a lot of stuff going on. And you need to have your own server and everything. So we rented server space. We installed these Counter-Strike servers upon it. And then we rented that out. And we created also clan websites for other clans. And then we created like a project, like a platform where clans, like a ranking, a tournament, a season, right? Playoffs and everything in PHP. So we learned that and we did that. That's how it all began. But my school was electromechanics. Yes. Yeah. And the first years in my career, I was working on PHP, Drupal, Magento. Yeah. So basically, I learned also through web development, right? So that's we need to be honest, because I was creating these clan websites in PHP, right? And then I basically, my first jobs were Drupal, Magento was terrible. I'm not gonna lie, but I was basically fired in everywhere I worked. Basically my whole life. Legit. It is what it is. I don't care actually. I legit give no fuck what people think, but I legit got fired everywhere. You can verify to a lot of people this. And the reason why is because I never agree with somebody just because. Even though you can have 10 million or 50 million, or you can be the king of the Bahamas, I don't give a shit, right? You're a human, we are equal, right? So we are humans, it doesn't matter. You can be any color, any gender, any job, we are all equal. So there is nobody that needs to tell me what I need to do. And that causes a lot of friction in these companies. And I remember it was Magento, this stupid e-commerce thing. And I was a client, and he wanted some banner or some, I can not just remember, some banner on an image. And the background needs to be some stupid color. I think it was purple. And I told, man, this, and it was my task to do that. And I said, man, no, I'm going to make it white. It's much better. And they were so angry at me. It was legit garbage. This color, purple color. I remember this, and oh man, and I can give you so many examples. But then I worked for startups. I started working for startups because I was a lean engineer, right? I was lean and mean, right? I could make things done quick. That's why I don't belong in big companies, and I will never will. Even if Facebook comes or Google comes, I'm not too smart. I'm too stupid to work there anyway. But Even if they pay me a lot of money, I would never ever work there in my life. I swear, I will never do it. I don't care. So I joined startups because it was perfectly fit for me, right? It was a perfect fit. Lean and mean, I could do whatever the fuck I want. I was the only dev almost, so it was my code, and I needed to not work with any colleagues because they are a pain in the ass anyway, right? Colleagues. So yeah. And that is where I learned everything, right? This is where I learned everything. Node.js, then Golang came, and I convinced my CTO because he didn't know anything. My CTO back in the day, he was so retarded that I could make him, I could make this server in assembly, and he still said yes. So I said, oh man, Golang, it's a new language, it's still in beta, but trust me, it's good because it's made by Google. And he said, oh yeah, it's made by Google, let's do this. And that's how I learned Go. And I even got fired in that company. Trust me, it is. But the funny fact is that and you can verify this, the CTO of that company fired me, the CEO of that company fired me, but he's now my co-founder. Can you imagine that? So he fired me, I don't know, I think it's a long time ago, maybe 8-10 years ago. And we are still friends till today because now we have a company together. Oh, what a world! What a thing! What a life, man! I'm not gonna lie. So yeah. There is a lot to cover. Yeah, man. Suhab, there's a lot. I know. But take your time, man. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm here, man. Yeah, Joe Biden. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it because this is the end of the stream, right? And then it's always good. And my focus is gone, man. Trust me, it's so hard to. I cannot even type. I cannot even type decently anymore. So I'm gonna make it. How do you say it? We're gonna use the last 15 minutes of the stream to do a little bit of talking. It's always good, right? Answering some questions. Yeah. But I did a lot of things in my life, right? I did a lot of startups, and I made a lot of startups myself, and they don't work. They didn't work, right? So I did a lot of things, and most of them didn't work. Literally not. No, actually, nothing ever worked. It is. Nothing ever worked, man. Legit, nothing ever worked until today. This YouTube thing is actually the first thing that actually kicked off. Yeah. Although it's still 400 subs, but for me it's a lot, man. Well, maybe one day I'll be on YouTube doing this too. Yeah, man. You need to do it. You need to grind hard. It's very important. Be consistent. That's something that I'm very good at, is being consistent in things. Why not Twitch? Good question. I started at Twitch. And a matter of fact, our boy Michael Short is coming from Twitch. He is actually, I think that Michael is my first viewer ever, and he followed me to YouTube. I didn't even tell him. I abandoned him. I abandoned my army on Twitch of one person to come to YouTube, and that guy had no clue what is going on. He said, what the fuck, there's no streams anymore, well, where are you? And he followed me on YouTube, and he is here. I think he's on the chat even, although maybe he's already sleeping, I don't know. But that guy is a real chat. But I don't know, man. Twitch is better for, I think, to be really honest, I think Twitch is better for me because I'm more of, I know Twitch very well. I play games all my life. I'm 35 and I still play games. So I watch Twitch every day myself. So I know the community Twitch. I know how they talk. I know how they think. So I think I would do good on Twitch. But the problem is being I have no viewers. It's very hard. It's very hard to get traction on Twitch and on YouTube. It's, I don't know, I think it's a little bit better. Because for technology, especially programming, a lot of people sit on YouTube searching things, how to Golang, boom, they come on my live stream because live streams are getting pushed a little bit better in the algorithm. And I think that's better for me. I don't know, man. For me, it's all new. So I'm trying things. And we have an issue. I need to make sure I put this. Quick, this account hacker balance 0. You went 64. Boom. Yeah. We expect this, right? We expect this, but it still fail, right? But it makes more sense to read like this, and then we delete till this. All right, I'm out. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up anyway. Let me quickly test this. Thanks for watching, Joe Biden. I'll see you on Discord or something, or tomorrow or whatever. All right, so today was a bit of a testing stream, which is good, and we fixed a lot of bugs, but we also came across new ones, which is the classic circle of software engineering, right? That's why this ancient old scam still works, because we introduce bugs so we can fix them, and that's how we're getting paid, right? Yeah. I'm still thinking, that's the thing. And even when I stop the stream, I will be still thinking. I need to stop thinking. So I hope you like the stream. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, and all that other shenanigans. You know what to do. Thank you for watching, and I see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.